Sorry, I spoiled your story.
We have a guest. We want to bring the guest in. We want to do some guest stuff.
Let's do it.
All right, let's bring
Not
him
like
in.
bro stuff.
It's like bro stuff.
I hope not.
There we go. Let's move
There
our
it
guest
is.
to the guest spot. There we go.
What's up, y'all?
Shane, what's going on?
I'm pretty good. How y'all doing?
Great. I want to get this question out of the way because I wasn't here at the start of the show and I got my balls busted relentlessly.
Here we go.
It's
all about you. That's right.
Here I go.
All about you. Shane joins us.
Shane. Shane is a man of the people. He's a demon. All right. When you're home alone, will you shit with the door open?
Well, of course.
Well, see
My
you later.
guy. See?
There we go.
Back here if you need me.
And why?
Well, he's a
Because-
demon,
right.
though.
What?
He might have to do some demon shit while he's in there.
Well, I mean, I got cats, so even if my door is closed, it's going to be open at some point.
There you go. All right.
See, I'm in the same. I got two. They open the door relentlessly. So why close it? Why make it hard for them? Fuck it.
Why do you want your cats looking at your shit?
I mean, I don't. They just peel the door open. They'll reach their hand under. They'll find some way to unlock it somehow or another. So might as well just let them in, you know.
What about a round knob? They probably couldn't open that, right?
I'll feel them jumping up and trying to open it.
Okay.
You hear
Wait,
now?
who's
I hear
that?
now.
They're agreeing.
See, handsome Kevin don't have no animals. He don't know how it works.
I do. I got a dog.
Yeah, dogs are they don't care about
Wait, you got a dog?
Yeah, I got a dog.
Oh, sorry.
All right, we
Hey,
just-
welcome, Shane. How are you tonight?
Good.
Sorry, I'm just trying to move it along.
We're joined by Shane Mercer, the Iron Demon, on social media at the Iron Demon. And if you are a fan of GCW or really in any independent wrestling the last couple of years, Shane has been just tearing it up. He does the craziest shit. I swear to God. You did something at GCW in Chicago a couple months ago with some little girl. You like fucking had her like you were gonna body slam her, and then you did like a moonsault off the middle rope, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" How do you get so like that's super duper creative, man? How does that come to you, and how do you get your opponent to be like, "All right, we'll give this a shot"?
Well, I think at first, when all that first started happening years ago, yeah, there was a little bit of question to it, even with my finish. But now that people kind of get the gist of, all right, you're the guy that does that insane, crazy shit, and they know that no one's dead, no one's been permanently injured, no one's been injured, I think they know now that I can get away with most of it. There's always going to be some questions there, depending on what I'm trying to do or whatever, but for the most part, we've been pretty good.
That was GCW Up All Night against Rachel Armstrong. That's who that was against.
Yes. That was in Indianapolis, too, I think.
Yes, I did. What did I say? Chicago?
Yeah.
What a rube I am. What a rookie. I also saw you're doing something with the ICP.
Yeah, I've been going on tour with them now since let me think. I think March, somewhere around there. They run their JCW Lunacy shows kind of in tandem with their concerts. So they'll have like a week long of shows that they'll do every month or somewhere around there.
Who's scarier, wrestling fans or juggalos?
Man, it's kind of they both are on their own right, depending on where you go.
Juggalos scared the shit out of me.
Because, I mean, with juggalos, I know what I'm getting into, and they have their own type of family love to give. But then, depending on what part of the United States or where I go, some fans can get a little weird, too, just in general.
Is
We're
it
in
like
the United States? Oh, go ahead. Double.
Sorry,
I was
go
gonna
ahead,
say,
HJ, I'm sorry.
where in the United States are you finding like those pockets of really just fucking strange fans?
Well, I've been in mostly Southern, and some of the places I go to, I'll just be, signing autographs or give them a picture or whatever, and for some reason they'll find the need to tell me about their dog that knocked over their bowl and they fixed a new recipe for oatmeal or something. I'm like, oh, thanks, it's cool. You want to 8x10 or what? Like, I don't.
That's cool. They feel like they have a connection with you, like they know you personally. It's weird. It's like you've been there. It's weird when you're a fan because you see somebody all the time, whether it's on TV or going to shows or whatever, And then when you meet them, like you feel like you know them, even though they're like, "Who the fuck are you?" You know?
I mean, I guess to an extent, but some of the things, like I said, they've came across with. I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. I'm glad you don't have that rash no more. Really.
I could charge him an extra $5 for the connection.
You know, you want to talk a little bit longer? Here you go. Here's the price.
Yeah.
You just finished up. I know this past weekend you were in Philadelphia at the 2300 Arena for BCW.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you wrestled at the ECW Arena before? And how was that whole experience for you?
That was the first time this weekend. Whenever I went in there, it was just kind of one of those moments where, well, I mean, the building has changed a lot too over the years. There's been a lot of renovations and stuff. So I went in there and kind of took it all in, looked at the Hardcore Hall of Fame up on the wall with everybody's names, and kind of had those moments. There's on Beyond the Mat, there's a clip, a famous clip where it shows Paul Heyman doing that speech, and he's sitting on a staircase. So I had to go to that staircase and kind of look up and down, like, oh, this is it. This is kind of cool. And then, of course, that kind of transitioned into now I'm like, okay, this place is so different. Let me look around and try to match some of these memories I've had from my childhood. And that's hard. That's a lot harder than I thought it would. That place has changed so much, but it's still cool to just take in all that and look around like, man, this is really part of my childhood, and I'm here now. Hell yeah, let's go.
You are telling me. I was at so we do homework every week on this show, and the homework I assigned for this week was the first ECW show I was ever at the ECW Arena, Sabu Terry Funk, Born to Be Wired. So the first time I was back at the arena was like 2 years ago for, I think, an MLW show. I couldn't tell you where anything used to be, man.
Oh yeah, it's so crazy now. But I was trying to go by like camera angles and stuff. I couldn't even tell you where that was, to be honest with you, from back in the day now.
Yeah, you got your, I saw on your social media, you got your bathroom picture with the ECW.
I did. I had to, and I got my signature up there too. I had to do it.
So you mentioned that part of your childhood. Who was your ECW guy?
I always loved Sabu, Taz, RVD, all three of them.
Now, have you gotten to work with Sabu or RVD?
Got to work with Sabu, and I had Taz commentate my match in AEW, so that got to have two of those three, which is pretty cool. Got to know Sabu on a pretty good basis, and become friends with him. So that was always cool, to become friends with somebody you grew up watching and actually know them on like a personal basis is pretty awesome.
That is pretty rad. Did Taz call you like Demon Jones or something fun like that?
No, he's talking at first about how I did a lot of strength stuff or whatever, and the question if I could do some of the things that he heard about. And then I didn't. I think it was I military pressed somebody in the Dark Order, and then he's like, "Oh, okay, guess he needs to be part of it." It's when he had the group at the time with Brian Cage and everybody in it.
And how was that experience being at AEW?
Oh, that's pretty dope. It was a different time though, because it was at the it's kind of like at the tail end of the COVID era when everybody's doing all their tape shows in Florida.
That's pretty awesome. That's a great phone call to get, though. No?
Yeah, it's a very different experience because they had wrestlers there also going in and being fans because they only was allowed select fans. So wrestlers were in the crowd to help with the just placement as well. So it was weird, but it was still cool just, being there in general.
Do you find yourself going back and watching any of the stuff that happened, whether it's WWE or AEW, like that took place during the pandemic? Because it's just like looking back at it, it's just so different with the presentations, whether it was at Daly's place for AEW with the wrestlers in the crowd or WWE doing the Thunderdome with all the screens and everything. You ever find yourself going back and just taking a look and wondering like what a weird time it was, like in terms of wrestling?
Yeah, I remember seeing some of those clips and like them trying to get away with some of the stuff, and I wish they would have on some of the things. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm always gonna feverishly hope for the dream match type stuff, and I felt like they could have done like some cinematic things with like Sting and Undertaker, or whoever, and capitalize on that while they could. And I still feel like they can to an extent on some things, but they kind of gave up most of that notion now because we're back, live and everything. But some of those things are kind of cool, like the I forget what it was, but like I think it was one of the few first times Dominic was on there, and Reigns like powerbombed him and just sent him flying out of the ring or something like that. Some of those cool angles and things they did that they could get away with then that you can't now. It's pretty awesome.
All right, so we mentioned it. If you had a chance for a cinematic match, who you wrestling? What you booking?
Cinematic match. It'd have to be somebody. I'd probably have to wrestle somebody that don't wrestle. Probably Taker or somebody like that. 'Cause, I mean, they're not actively in the ring. They don't feel confident in themselves as much to do anymore, or whatever the reason may be. They just think their time's gone. But if I had to, Taker, of course, do something like him and Styles did.
Yeah, I know. Double T doesn't like much with the pandemic era, but I did find myself enjoying a lot. Well, all right, fair enough. You enjoyed the tooth and nail match. I'll give you that much.
Look, what am I going to criticize? They made the best of it. There was a goddamn world pandemic. They made the best of it.
Yeah, but I really liked when the Street Profits wrestled the Viking War Raiders or whatever their name was at the time, and they had that little like bowling thing going on. I enjoyed a lot of that stuff. I like the Bray Wyatt John Cena match. Like I got into that. It was something different, and I enjoyed it.
Okay, don't try and throw me under the bus, bro.
Sorry.
Make yourself look good in front of Shane Mercer. How dare you? How rude.
Get them brownie points in it.
Yeah, shame on me, right?
Well, so okay, Shane, a hypothetical there. Tony gets brownie points with you, then what? How does this? He doesn't go to wrestling shows. He's fucking old as shit. He can't
Here we
stand up.
go.
He can't stand up for 3 hours. You think he's going to the Williams Center in East Rutherford? SummerSlam
It's
weekend?
Rutherford, you hand job. How many times I
Whatever.
got to tell you?
You think he's gonna stand for 2 hours? He's in bed by 9 o'clock. Him and Handsome Kevin.
Before 9, hopefully.
Yeah, I got to wake up for the
points
early.
aren't worth shit. You'll get no brownie points, Tony.
Hey Shane, I saw lately you've been going to 0-1 a lot, or done a couple of tours with them. Is that Japan something you've always wanted to do?
Oh yeah, it's like a second home to me over there. I've always wanted to go to Japan ever since I was younger, and I had my first tour over there with GCW a few years ago, and I've been trying to get back in ever since. And then whenever the Japan deal came through, I've been over there 3 times now this year, and I still got some more dates with them coming throughout the months later this year and everything. So always looking forward to going back, but definitely I would consider 0-1 my second home currently right now.
So we have talked to a lot of wrestlers that have been to Japan, but Lance Archer swears by the raw horse meat. Are you a fan?
I love it. It's amazing.
There's a couple guys who I think who Tommy Trainwreck was on last week, and I don't think he fucked with the raw horse meat. But did you know when you were first having it that it was raw horse meat, or were you with someone who you trusted enough where they were like, just try this, it's really good?
Kind of the second one. Schlack was telling me about it, and because I heard about it, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it, and then I gave it a shot, and I was like, damn, it was actually pretty good, not too bad at all. It's more expensive than the other meats, but it's still pretty good. Love it.
What do you find is the biggest difference for you performing in front of a Japanese crowd versus a crowd in the States?
Probably the way that they're intently watching it. Sometimes when you're in the States, depending on where you go, if it's not a huge angle or intensely hot or something like that, sometimes you'll see fans that are more just kind of there to hang out or chill or whatever, be a part of the vibe. To whereas over there, I feel like a lot of time fans are more intently watching what's going on and paying attention to everything, because the cultural difference of it is something that's kind of a mystique in itself when you go over there.
Is there something in Japan that they do that you would love to see done in the States? Like not just wrestling wise, but like you go there and you're like, God damn, that's brilliant. I wish I had one of those around the corner from my house.
Oh, bidets. that needs to be a thing everywhere. I don't know why it's not. It makes so much sense, but yet it's not. I don't know.
You got a bidet at your house?
I don't yet. I want
got a
one.
bidet.
See, I need to get on that. I need to get one here for both my bathrooms.
You buy one on like Amazon for like $25. It's the fucking best.
Yeah, he doesn't have like an actual bidet next to his toilet. He has one of those like hose hookups that sprays you in your asshole. Like it's
actually one of his cats.
leave the door
First of
open.
all, don't even think about talking bad about my cats. Secondly, don't knock the bidet until you try it. Look, I don't know what the difference is between bidets. All I know is it's the best thing that I ever purchased.
And it makes so much sense. Like everywhere over there, stores to the like gas stations to hotel, they're everywhere, and they got heated seats. But yet in the United States, it's Okay, that's a good story with it. I would go over there all the time, and I would see the bidets, the heated seats, all this cool stuff. And then the first thing I seen on like my second tour back was I go into an airport and I see piss on a commode top. I'm like, all right, I'm back in America. Hell yeah.
And that's why we can't have it here.
They don't take care of nothing. Don't care.
No,
Yep.
we're animals over here. We don't know. We're just fucking just going through life, pissing all over everything.
Because it's funny to do that shit. It's like, fuck the next guy.
No,
I'm not going to be here.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm sorry for Tony.
You never been in a men's room at like Grand Central or like one of these train stations anywhere in the country? People just fucking suck. It's like, fuck the next guy. I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean not you have to piss all over the place.
No, not me, but just hopefully it's not the guy before me. It's the guy after me.
So rude. So rude. You mentioned your ECW fandom, Shane, and you had the opportunity in March, like Brundo mentioned in 01. You got teamed with Masato Tanaka. What was that experience like for you?
Oh, that was pretty awesome because me and him got to wrestle over there, and we actually talked a lot before that because I've been on a lot of shows with him, but we never got to lock up. So I was talking to him at a few shows I was on. I was like, man, we need to get to lock up. I feel like I've wrestled a lot of guys from ECW and everybody growing up, and you're still going hard, and you barely aged. We need to do this and get some stuff going. And he's the one that actually kind of started the 01 transition with me and wanted me to come over there and be kind of a full roster member and everything. So I got to lock up with him, and we've teamed up a lot since then. So that was pretty awesome, getting to know him on that more personal level rather than just show up, wrestle, done.
What was the most surprising thing about Tanaka when you met him?
That he just goes hard still. Like any spots, anything I come up with crazy, he's down for. He don't care. Even after all the years of everything he's done, he still goes just as hard and hasn't toned it down one bit.
I was surprised that he's a lot smaller than I thought he'd be.
Oh yeah. But it just goes to show too how ferocious with his intensity is on TV that you don't even pay attention to that. It don't even really register until you see him in person.
Yeah. Nice guy too. Super nice guy.
Well, he used to be 6'4" until he started taking chair shots. Now he's down to what, 5'6", 5'7"?
Yeah, I guess that would make sense.
I still like go even like watching like One Night Stand, like with him and Mike Awesome. Like even after all those years, like you were like 5-6 years removed from ECW, like at that point, and they just beat the shit out of each other. And we're talking like 20 years ago that card was, and he just still goes hard. It's crazy. It's hard to fathom just how like insane he still is. It's nuts.
I think part of it too goes into play that, which I may be mistaken. I don't know that. I don't think he's ever took time off unless it was for like a major injury. I think he had like a shoulder injury or something. But I feel like that has a lot to do with it too. You see guys take time off, they come back, they get injured, hurt, whatever. But I don't really know he's took a lot of time off at all.
Matt, you got your question for Shane?
Well, I had a question because
never mind. Go ahead.
No, because clearly, if you listen to Shane or you follow him on social media at the Iron Demon, he's like a student of the game. So, with you being in 01 and everything, I got to know, how do you feel about this new Hayabusa character?
Oh, good question.
I got to wrestle him. He's spot on. Like if you look at the mannerisms of his dives, the 450, everything he does, he has studied. And to still what you just said, he is definitely a student of the game, and he has all the mannerisms and everything down. He has the family approval too, as well, of everything to pass down the lineage of Hayabusa. So everything he's doing right now has been pretty awesome. Even the battles with Tanaka again that they've been doing, because they've locked up quite a few times now since he's came back and done everything. So that's it's pretty cool, and just to look and almost it's like a mirror image of back in the day, and getting experience and see that in person was pretty awesome.
This I still can't wrap my head around this. Like he's not Hayabusa 2, he's not new Hayabusa, he's just Hayabusa. I don't know, man. It's weird to me.
Well, they put like some of the posters, there was like an asterisk, I think, but that's what I've seen about it so far, but that's really about it.
I also know that you teamed with Daisuke Sakimoto. Did I say that right?
Yes.
You teamed with him in 0-1, and he unfortunately was injured this past week. Have you got an update on his condition?
I heard that from last I seen, he was out and he was had a neck injury and he was knocked out, and then he was able to move his hands and feet and stuff. But then they said he didn't need surgery last I heard, but he's at home resting through whatever it was, the injury he may have had. I'm not for sure the exact extent of it, but that's the last I heard. Is he didn't need surgery at the moment, but I know he's got some extended time off.
Well,
'Cause
that's,
he was pulled,
that's good news. Then
he,
that's good.
he was
news.
pulled from the 0-1 Fire Festival for June, so I'm not for sure how long he'll be off either though.
Now, I also know, following your social media, that you are. Oh, hello, Nelly. You're a bit of a gamer as well. What is Shane Mercer playing right now?
Right now, I'm on Assassin's Creed Shadows, trying to work my way through that because that's one of those games that's like 100-hour type deals or whatever. But I'm a kind of a broad spectrum because I got that and Doom: The Dark Ages. Been in there annihilating some demons lately, and just from touring so much, I hadn't got the game as much as I have used to recently. But those are the two I've been on for the most part.
I mean, I guess that's good that you're busy working, right? And just instead of playing video games.
Oh yeah, for sure. So some people though, I see them in the locker rooms. They're bringing those little mini TVs with them and have their controllers and systems with them. I need to get one of those.
They're bringing systems like a Nintendo Switch, or are we talking like they're bringing like their PS5 or something?
Now they'll have like one of those little, I don't know what they're called. It's like little TVs. It's like that, and they have them for the Xbox where you can like bring your game with you, sort of deal.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll be playing like Madden backstage in the locker room after they're dressed, just ready to go, just kind of killing time. And I'm like, I need to do that, but like kill some demons and stuff.
That really gets you in the mood. You kill some demons before you go out there and fuck some shit up.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, you gonna fuck up Violent J from the Insane Clown Posse? He keeps jumping in you're barging in your locker room.
Oh, it's coming. We're not done yet by a long shot. There's still more to come with that.
You gonna yeah?
He's got a boot to the face or more coming towards his way.
You have to worry about Shaggy 2 Dope. You know he's got a tag team partner all the time somewhere.
Oh, he'll get thrown too. It don't matter.
You got favorite Insane Clown Posse song?
A favorite?
Yeah.
Probably chicken hunting.
Oh, who's
Fuck yeah, dude! Slaughterhouse remix.
Yes, that version. Gotta be that version though.
That's the version that was at the end of Stranglemania, right?
Yep.
Fucking Stranglemania rules. Shane, GCW, they're going Tournament of Survival this weekend. I know you're not in it, but do you have a pick as who you think will win the TOS?
If I'm gonna have to go with somebody, I'm gonna have to go with somebody that I've locked up with many times, and that's Murdoch. I mean, I don't know anybody else who would be known in the United States that would be the king of this stuff on that level right now. What he's done in the past few years, so I'd have to go with my dude.
I like that. And we have MLJ in about an hour, so we'll talk to him about that too. What do you have coming up, Shane? What do you? I know you're doing stuff with GCW and JCW. What's next on the horizon for the Iron Demon?
Oh, let's see here. I got Hooligan Championship Wrestling coming up July. I think it's 12th, 13th, one of those dates when I'm defending the belt there. I think it's up here on the wall behind me. And then we got what else is it? I got another JCW tour coming up in June. Well, it is June now. And then let's see, we got some GCW stuff coming up, but I'll keep that under wraps for now. I'll not say when. And 0-1 coming up again at the end of June. I think that's the 27th to 29th, if I'm remembering correctly. And I got some other stuff sprinkled in the weekends between now and then. It's kind of hard though to keep which tour dates there because I forgot which the tour dates for the JCW one. I think it's the 13th to 20 or the 17th to 21st for JCW. Yeah.
Again, it's good to be busy. No.
Oh yeah, for sure. You just kind of lose track on time when you're doing it. Been on the road and like, all right, I'm here. I get to breathe a little bit of something. Oh wait, here we go again.
Now, you've been a regular in GCW. Is there anyone that you would like to face in the near future that you haven't got to tangle with yet?
Nick Gage.
The motherfucking Nick Gage.
Oh man.
I need that one, and I need also. It's weird to me that this one hasn't happened because we've been wrestling the same amount of time. Me and Tremont, we've never got to wrestle each other. Been on tons of cars together, never touched in the ring. Not even in a battle royal, a punch thrown, nothing.
I got to ask because you were at that show at the 2300 Arena. Did you get to see Tremont Crowbar? Because that seems like the craziest matchup.
I didn't get to see it because I was in the backstage and they already came back and Tremont was all bloody, so I didn't get to see it. But I did hear a little bit about it.
It seems like such a matchup. I can't. It's crazy to watch Crowbar. He's still doing his thing for as long as he's been doing it.
Oh, I know it.
Is that something you see yourself doing, like wrestling well into like your late 40s, early 50s?
Oh yeah, because I mean, I still feel good right now. I'm doing all my stuff. 'Cause I remember, me like 15 years ago. Because I've been doing this a little bit longer than sometimes people think. I've been doing 18 years now, and I remember 15 years ago, people being like, "Oh, you need to change your finish. You can't do it to everybody. You're gonna break your knees. You're gonna hurt yourself." And here I am, 15 years later, still going. I feel like just as hard, if not, harder than I was. So as long as I can still go, yeah, for sure. I don't want to be one of the guys that like, all right, I'm gonna still wrestle, but let me dial it back tonight and hit a few punches, hit the glory poses, and get out. No, I'm gonna still go as hard as I can until I crash, and then we're done.
I like your style. Now, look, you do every style. You do tag matches, you do death matches, you do intergender matches. Do you have a particular style that you like working the most?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I like doing a lot of technical wrestling. It's just I get put kind of against the wall sometimes. People like to see me throw people into the audience or against the wall or through something or whatever. And sometimes, just like with anything, that gets looked over because of the graphic nature or the oh my god factor when it comes to the other stuff. That yeah, I do like to go in there and showcase what I can do. Sometimes I'd like to get in there. We talk about people to wrestle. I like to get in there and wrestle Josh Alexander, Jonathan Grisham, just to show because I had a match against Mike Bailey a few years ago at GCW, and I feel like I was right there with him on everything. But I feel like sometimes that stuff gets looked over. I want to be able to go in there and wrestle those guys and show that I can be head to head, neck to neck with those kind of guys and stay in there with them.
So I'm going to go to the chat here. Old Jersey Cow Jesse says, would you change your finisher to keep going longer?
Well, I used to always have when I said when I first started, I had a backup finisher because they didn't want me to do that, the old timers and stuff, and I could still do that. It was like I call it the Diablo driver, or it could be called Devil driver, whichever. And it was where I pick them up for a fireman's carry, but it's almost like a F hammer in a way. It was I pick them up for fireman's carry, but throw them up into a jackhammer, like an F5 into a jackhammer sort of deal. And I could still do that to pretty much everybody, but if I had to, it would go back reverting back to that from where I first started.
Now you're built like a fucking tank, right, Shane? So I'm gonna assume you eat right, you take care of yourself. But when Shane Mercer wants to fucking go ham, what is like your guilty pleasure of food to eat?
Oh, just some type of buffet, like a pizza buffet or something like that. Because favorite food by itself, anyway, is pizza. Although from staying in Japan, I've always liked it, but it's leaned on me even more now. Been getting into sushi like a lot, just cravings for it. Love it.
There you go.
What about them vending machine panties?
Did you say panties?
Yeah, don't they sell them in the vending machines over there?
I wouldn't doubt it, but I haven't seen those yet. I've seen full course meals in vending machines, which blew my mind. Haven't seen the panties yet, though. No.
Would you eat a vending machine full course meal?
Oh hell yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, well, where is there like a little man in the vending machine? How long is
There's got to be or something. I don't know because you'll go over there and put like the yen in and get your stuff, and then they'll just have these little meals that come out already warmed and ready for you. And I'm just sitting there like, what? And they're amazing. I don't know.
Yeah.
They had these little snacks too. I've been telling everybody about. It's like these little pancake things that they're like sandwiches. They have them in the gas stations, and they have already syrup and already butter in them, and you just eat them like a sandwich, and they're amazing.
That sounds fucking incredible.
That sounds delightful. Yeah. I would like
I
that.
imagine
Speaking of gas station food,
yeah.
when was the last time Shane Mercer shit his pants?
Oh, let me see here. Probably a few years ago, whenever I was trying to hit a new PR on squat.
Fuck.
Well, what's the current PR on the squat?
Current PR on squat 655.
Fuck that noise. You
Jeez.
655.
And
You're a
3/3.
maniac. That's crazy. How many reps?
Just one.
That's more than I can do.
Yeah.
God damn. How do you get up to 6? That's a lot of weight, dude.
Now you just keep pushing it. I used to when I first started lifting weights, it was of course to get bigger because I only weighed like 138 pounds. I'm like, I want to be a wrestler, and everybody like, yeah, of course. But I had to keep lifting. But then I got kind of addicted to the strength portion of it, and I was like, oh shit, the more I do this, the stronger I get. Let's see how far I can go. And then I just kept pushing, kept pushing, kept pushing. It wasn't like, oh, I hit this number. Let's relax and look good for the beach. I didn't give a shit about that. I just wanted to get stronger, and I just kept going and kept going and kept going. And here I am today, still keep going with it. I just chase numbers, whether it's a 1 rep max or a 20 rep max. I'm always trying to push a number. But then, of course, I've been hurt more from the gym than I have wrestling, to be honest with you. So then I'll hit a new PR, get close, and then my elbow fucks up or my shoulder hurts. I'm like, ah. And it's just that cycle, keep going all the time like that.
I mean, clearly you are keep pushing it and looking for numbers. Like seems to apply in the wrestling business too, because you just keep pushing, and Shane Mercer is everywhere, and he keeps crushing it. And we're here for it, Shane. We love what you're doing, and I want to see you reach the fucking whatever's next for Shane Mercer. I'm there for it, man, because you're awesome and you crush it every time you're in the ring. So we appreciate you joining us tonight, and we appreciate the sacrifice and what you put your body through for our entertainment. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate y'all having me on here for real.
Anytime you want to come back and shoot the shit and talk about, maybe you check out them vending machine panties next time. I don't know. Maybe you're up to 700 doing the squats. I don't know. But anytime you want to come back and hang out with the Shining Wizards, we'd love to have you.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me.
Shane, thank you, man. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thanks again for coming on, Shane.
Thanks,
No
Shane.
problem. Take care of y'all.
Be well. Follow the Iron Demon on social media, and the whole interview, all his social media has been scrolling through the bottom. His Pro Wrestling Tees, his YouTube, his Instagram. So if you watched live, check that out. If not, I'll put it all in the show description, and you be sure to follow Shane and support him wherever he is. Thanks, Shane. Whoa. All right.
There we go.
There we go.
It takes a minute to
I
come
know,
back where we
production's
are,
weird.
right?
We got to figure it out. It's a work in progress, people.
Oh.
He gone.
Shane Mercer, the Iron Demon. That was a great get, Brundo.
Thank you, sir.